tell you what I made of a key part of it. I'm interested in accountability. I don't have a personal interest in whether Matt Hancock is a liar or Dominic Cummings is a liar. I have a professional interest in accountability. That's part of my job. Now, we were talking with Ben Kentish earlier, our Westminster correspondent, because I was curious as to why journalists are still not allowed in the room. Because if you're in the room, you can ask a follow-up question. You can pursue a minister and try to get to the truth. If you're on a remote line with someone muting you, you can ask one question and then you're shut up. Now, Ben very kindly asked the Prime Minister's official spokesman today and was told it's not feasible at the moment, given the numbers we can have and the numbers required to run the press conference itself. I understand the room is big enough to hold 6 journalists socially distanced, but there we are. The official line is it's not possible. Now, there's a direct line between journalists not being in the room and the spectacle that we all just sat through. At around 5:15, Matt Hancock volunteered this. He wants to answer as many questions as we can, as fully as we can. Those were his words. What he went on to do was to not offer any journalist a single follow-up question. He could easily say, Laura, do you have a follow-up? Laura, is there anything else you want to ask? Beth, I've given you my answer. Do you want to ask another question? Not once. And in fact, when journalists did ask follow-up questions, because they beat the mute button, it's like a game show, except it's deadly serious. People are dying. When they did ask a follow-up question, when Beth Rigby managed to get through the wire, get past the guards, his face was thunderous. Now, this isn't any day in this COVID crisis. We've just heard from a man who was at the heart of Downing Street, Dominic Cummings, who said that Matt Hancock lied about people receiving treatment. He lied about PPE. He said that Matt Hancock told Boris Johnson in the cabinet room that people would be tested before being sent into care homes, but they were not. He said Matt Hancock was too focused on hitting his targets. And when Matt Hancock was asked in detail, the forensic detail about those matters which affect thousands of lives and, it is alleged, killed thousands of people unnecessarily, he waffled on and would not hold himself up to journalistic inquiry. People were muted. No one was invited for a follow-up question, despite him saying, I want to answer as many questions as we can, as fully as we can. He said, there will be a time for this. You would have thought the time would be when he's on national radio and television in the £2.6 million Downing Street briefing room when journalists are asking him direct questions. You would have thought that might be the time that he would come forward with answers, direct answers to detailed, direct questions. But there were none. That's my view. What about yours?